Hello friends, it's Sherry from Turquoise Dreaming. How you doing today? Welcome to my channel. It's Friday night, so TGIF. I was sitting here getting ready to do a craft with me video, ephemera type video, working on ephemera, and I realized I have Happy Mail from Jovi. That's Creating with Jovi is her channel, and so I said, stop the presses. Let me open my Happy Mail. So I pushed everything aside here. We're gonna work on ephemera in this video too. But I wanted to see what I got from Jovi, so I opened it, took the envelope, the packaging off, so I could, not show any addresses. But she did a really cool thing. First of all, she put a flamingo on the front by the addresses, which I think is really cool, Jovi. That's awesome. I saw something with flamingos this week, and I was like, it was a tote bag. I probably shouldn't tell you, but I didn't get it. But I was wondering, should I get it? I didn't know if you would want it. So maybe you can let me know you would have wanted it. And next time I see one or something with flamingos on it, I'll get it for you. Anyway, she also kind of Mod Podged or decoupaged the front of the envelope with a napkin. It looks like a piece of one on the corner, like a big corner. So I can't really, I guess I could show you, couldn't I? Yeah, let me cover up the addresses. So here's the flamingo. The addresses are right here where my hand is. Over here is the flamingo, and over here is the decoupaged flowers. Isn't that cool? That is really cool. I thought that was really pretty. I've never thought of decoupaging an envelope like that, but it came through the mail just fine, so no problem. She sent me a nice letter here on some pretty stationery, and she says she received some of this fabric, and she thought of me. Thank you, Jovi. And so she wanted to send me some. She says it's vintage, and it comes from the island of Cyprus in Greece. And of course I will have a use for it. I love anything gingham, right? I'm sure she knows that. But she says she's making some fall tassels, which I would love to make some tassels with this. So I might go, if you are, have fabric and you don't know what to do with it. Jovi makes beautiful tassels. She really has mastered the tassel. And so I would say go over to her. I think she has several videos now, at least more than one I know, where she's making tassels. And just watch her videos if you want to know how to make a tassel, because they are really super cute and beautiful. So she says she also wanted to share some of her coffee and gold dyed paper, so I can't wait to see that. It's in this package here, which I have not opened yet. I was like, coffee and gold, I don't know what that is. Let me see. So quite a bit of fabric here, as you can see. Or maybe you can't see, but it unfolds a couple of times here at least. So I would definitely like to make some tassels out of that, so maybe we'll come back and do that together. But let's see this coffee and gold dyed paper, and she wrapped it nicely in this yellow tissue paper. So coffee and gold, isn't that cool? So it's some pretty paper here, and see it's got some pretty edges on it right here too. That is really nice. It's all ready for a journal. You can just fold this in half if I wanted to. Use it in a journal, fold it in half, and there you go. I've got some pages. But isn't that neat? She's put some gold on here, and hopefully you can see that in the camera, but that is really a good idea, a great idea, and very pretty. So here's another piece with the edging, and then here's some more with, without the edging. So that is very cool. And I don't have that. I have some edge punches, but not a couple, and I don't have that one. So that one's really cool, pretty. So thank you for that different kind of edge there, Jovi. And here's some pretty papers too, and they're perfect for journals. So I will put those in a safe place and use those in my journals. So thank you very much. And I'll use this too. I'll put this with my packaging, where I package up my orders for Etsy, and I will reuse this. So thank you very much. Very pretty yellow. So let's put that to the side. Thank you so much, Jovi. I really appreciate you thinking of me like that. And now I can't wait to make a tassel. So we'll be back with that maybe tomorrow or this weekend if I have time. Okay, so all of that I'm putting to the side. And here's what I was working on. So let me show you how these turned out. Yesterday my video cut me off. So I went too long. You know, that's what happens. That's why I'm always timing my videos. My phone didn't used to do that. I used to be able to go an hour and not have my phone cut me off, and now that was when my phone was newer, I guess, and now that it's a couple years old, you know, only like a couple years old, but now it cuts me off at 30 minutes. I don't know why. I've cleared out everything in my phone as much as I can, you know. I mean, I gotta have something on there, right? But yeah, that's what it does now. So here are the little golden book paper that I, you know, copied the inside of the cover. And I did, after the video, I finished up these right here and put strings in them and everything and sewed around them. And so I just wanted to show you, I used black thread to sew around. So this is how they turned out. Aren't they cute? And I like them just like this. I don't want to cover this up. I think I probably already said that. Here's the little journaling cards with the sewing. I think it looks so good. And here's the little tiny tags. So these are ready for me to do whatever I'm going to do with them. Use them in my journals, or I can give these away if I want. I can't sell them, but I can give them away in a goodie bag probably, because, you know, when you get a goodie bag with my journals, that's not something you're paying for. That is something I'm giving you for free, right? So there we go. Those are done. And then I really, you know, only got to make during that video 2 envelopes, I think, or 3. I think I made these 2, which you saw, I believe, if I remember right. And let me grab, what else did I make? I made this one, which I'm putting into I'm considering this done for now. So these 2 are done, or 3. And then I was also kind of working out the logistics of a couple of journals. So this one we did together. And I went ahead and sewed around this. So I like to sew around the flap too. I think it's just really pretty to have stitching all the way around. So this is the one we made together in the last video. And when I sew it, I just kind of start, let's see, how do I do that? Say I start here and just go all the way around like that and end right there. And I always kind of like anchor, you know, go back and forth on my end so I don't have to tie a knot or anything. So that's how I do those. So that one's done. And then I was working out this one. I was kind of, just like I said, working out the logistics of working with these children's book pages. So let me get my little protective barrier between this and, this is what I glue on so I don't get glue everywhere. And so this one came out nice. This picture is right side up, and then this side just has some words that are upside down, so I might do something over here. And then this one, just to show you, to get an idea. So I folded this page up, glued it together, just like this. I kind of like, I think I'm going to do it like this because I don't want to have to waste any paper. And if I do it like the others, like this, then I have to cut the paper down. Although I love these little ones, I'm just going to maybe use different paper to do the smaller ones, so I don't have to cut paper off and have scraps, you know what I mean? So yeah, this one worked out where I folded it up, and then see, like this one there, but the words are upside down. That doesn't bother me, but there was a picture here on the bottom too that was upside down, and that was kind of like, oh, that's kind of weird. So what I did was take another page from the book, and well, of course I created scraps this time, but I fussy cut out this little picture here. I thought it was really cute, of these boys in the grocery store. And I love this. I made sure I kept this shelf here. I thought that was really cute because this book is pretty old. I think it was 1961 or something like that, 1960 something. And so yeah, I just wanted to keep that shelf, and the 2 boys and this guy. And so I just fussy cut out the top part, and this is how it was on the bottom. I didn't really cut anything off the bottom except for some words, and glued that on there. So I think that's really cute like that. So that's an you know, option to cover up anything on the front maybe that's upside down that you know, you have a problem with that, which I didn't like. So this is the same thing. The picture on the back came out nice. There's a little flap, and it's got color inside, even though the picture inside's upside down. That doesn't bother me at all. And then, but these words are upside down, which doesn't really bother me, but I think it does need something here. So I have another little picture I already cut from a page. So all I do on something like this is like I like something with kids or whatever, people or whatever you have, and then I like to cut around the heads. I think that's really interesting looking. So I would just go like this and cut around, so you have some interesting little, you know, it just makes it more interesting if you've got some at least fussy cutting on the top, and especially when it's people. And so I'm going to try to use my best fussy cutting skills here so we can do this really quick. But I just wanted to show you what I do. And I do this on I've done it on envelopes, and you could do it on a book page too, for a book page, and just kind of, let's see. So I'm deciding how I want to do this. Let's see. See, I like this. This is a door here, so I think I want to keep the door. So let's just, I cut down here. Let's just cut right here beside the door. And let's see how this fits on here. So it's a little bit too wide and a little bit too tall. I need a sliver off the bottom, which there's not really much at that here. I can cut that off. A bottom sliver there, and I'm not losing anything. So let's just cut that straight across. And then I think I want to see this storefront here with the tomatoes sign. I want to keep all of that. That's really cute. So I'm going to cut a little sliver. Actually, I might, since you can't really tell what this is, I'm going to cut right beside the bricks there. Those are bricks, a brick wall. I think I'll cut right beside that because you can't really tell what that other thing is there anyway. I'm not sure what that is myself. Being and seeing it in person, I still don't know what it is. So then I would just glue this on here. See how cute it's going to look? And you've got the words, the text behind it, which I think adds to the, you know, kind of interesting design of the envelope. So, and then just your, whatever you glue paper together with. This is my art glitter glue, and I'm not going to put too much. I don't want any chunks under there, so I've got just small beads of glue there, so that when I put this down, I don't have any lumps or bumps. And then, so we've got a pretty front. You know, you don't really have to, I mean, I like this because it's really pretty and cool. I love it, and it's easy, you know what I mean? Like, you don't have to glue a bunch of, you know, bits and stuff on these envelopes like this. You can just, a couple, you know, you get your page, and you know, I didn't have to glue anything on the back. That's already nice. I glued just a little bit of fussy cutting here, not even the whole thing, just all I really did is right there, and I'm done. I've got myself a pretty envelope, and I did round the corners. I do like the rounded corners on the flap, and I did not round the corners here, but you can. I like it both ways. So let's just, here's on my book pages. That book I said I was going to have to fight with, I did have to fight with it. And that was put together. Those old books, you've probably heard other people say this, but they are put together to last through the, you know, through time and kids handling them. So what I ended up doing, there were some thick strings in there, which I cut those, but then what got me was these huge staples that they put through. Like, here's the pages. They put, it was only 2, but it was staples that go through the whole book. The whole book. So I could not get those out. I couldn't get them out. I got my pliers out. Here they are. They're still here. I have my pliers out. I was trying to get those staples out. I mean, I got one side up, the little pieces that, you know, but the other part, there was no way I was getting it out. So I ended up just, because I really wanted to get them out, because I think they were in signature. So I would have had 2 pages together if I wanted to use them in journals, but I couldn't do it. So I mean, my idea was to use this for envelopes and ephemera anyway. So I thought, well, I just ended up getting my X-Acto knife and slicing all the pages. So that took a while, but I got all the pages out of that book, and I have that book cover. It would make a great journal one day. I have a stack of book covers that I need to possibly make a journal out one day. Maybe I'll actually list some book covers in my shop one day, because I don't know if I'll be able to use them all, you know what I mean? I'm getting quite a stack now, and I make journals as fast as I can, but I don't like to rush through them, and so I'm not going to just like make a bunch of journals out of those book covers just to use them up. I like to be inspired and, you know, make things in my own time. So let's see what we can do with a few more of these book pages tonight. I would like to make some journaling cards and tags with them too. Of course, whoops. Of course, as usual, I turned on my timer here. So let me see where we are at. Yes, we don't have a lot of time, but we have about 10, 13 minutes, something like that. Maybe a few more. So we made a couple of envelopes. I'd like to make a couple of journaling cards. And I have this, another piece of this envelope, these envelopes I've been working with. And I think I might just about have them used up. I don't know. I had only about a dozen of these. And I used 2 of them to pack up an order this week. That worked out really well because they're so strong and they protect whatever's inside. But I glue everything down on this side because it has the picture on it, and then this side is the part you can journal on, right? So, in the interest of making some tags, let's look at our book pages real quick and see. I did cut this little lady out here. She looks like a little lady from the 60s. that book was from the 60s. So I cut her out, and I'm, you know, put her aside to do something with. So what I need to do is I like this little scene here with this gingham. Look at that tablecloth, or it looks like a tablecloth. So I'd like to use that. So, and this is just like a bulldozer stuck in the snow, so no big deal there. Oh, he's snow plowing, he's making a path there. But anyway, that's pretty cool actually too, because I'm from Florida and I live in North Carolina now, but that's a lot of snow. We don't get that much snow there. So anyway, not here anyway. I don't live in the mountains. I don't know. They might get more snow. They do get more snow in the mountains, but I don't live in the mountains. So thank goodness, because I could not live in the mountains. I can't barely drive. I don't drive. I can barely ride in the mountains when my husband's driving, let alone live there and have to drive there in the winter. It just would be it's stressful if we go to the mountains in the summer and, you know, drive next to you know, how if you're going up and down the mountains or through the mountains, you drive and there's like a drop off, a cliff beside you, and there's a rail usually, but still, you're right, it's right there, and it's just very, very stressful to me. Like I'm just tense the whole time we were driving next to a drop off, and you know, so I mean I can't relax. I just, when are we going to be away from this, you know, cliff and stuff like that? So yeah, I always say I could never live in the mountains because I do not do well driving next to a cliff. Okay, so you see I folded this up for the amount of space I want in the bottom part of this envelope. I just kind of decided that from the picture and from how big I want this, or how deep or long. So then the thing I have to worry about is not covering this up. So I'm making my flap kind of narrow. So you can fold it up like this to decide where you want to cut. So just fold it up like I want it above their heads. I don't want to cover up their heads. That would be weird, right? To have a flap on an envelope covering up their heads. At least that's what I've been, that's what I did with the other one. I didn't want to cover up the people's heads. So I've got my little fold there. I'm going to cut that piece off. So you do have some scraps here, but you know, that's can't be avoided sometimes, I guess. So then I'm going to round my corners. And there we go. Did it round? Let me see. Yeah, it did round actually. Okay. So then I'm going to go ahead and glue this together. And we'll look for some to do before I stop this video to make into journaling cards. Or just this one, I love this whole scene here. I didn't want to cut that up. Okay, so then again, we have our upside down. So let's see, upside down words. Oh, here's a pretty little, oh, I can use both of these. So this is a pretty house. Mrs. Abby of the Green Thumb. And this is that same lady. Let's see. Those same ladies there. So let's see if we can put this on the front. First of all, I'm going to even up my my little side here where I took it from the book. It kind of is a little bit, quite a bit uneven there. And then I'm going to cut this top off where the, the word text part stops. And then just see what else we need to cut off here, because this can go right on the front just like this. Oh, maybe it fits. Let's see. See, that would be cute right on the front. Now, these people are not really big enough. I mean, I could do a little fussy cutting if I really wanted to, but these people are smaller, so I'm not going to try to fussy cut around them. I'm just going to go ahead and glue this down. We'll see how it looks, okay? You could round the corners on here or something if you wanted to, too, like that. On a little piece like this. I'm not really going to. I kind of like this whole picture here, so I just want to see how it looks like, just like this. Because I haven't done this exact thing before. So let's just see how we do. Kind of a little bit of an experiment. I have made lots of envelopes with book pages, but not gluing pieces on the front like this to cover up the text. It just worked out previously with previous book pages where I didn't have that. So there we go. There's our flap. We've got a pretty little front picture all glued down nicely and a pretty little back picture. Isn't that cute? And there's our words, which is fine. You can see that it is a book page and it does have words on it. So now let's concentrate. Let me not get distracted now and see if I can find some that might be good to make. Here's a cute little fox. Oh, this little boy would be good to make a tag out of because he's tall. And, I don't need all these grasses here, so let's not talk about it and go ahead and see how we want to cut this one up. And these big pieces I'm saving. I'm going to see what I can do with those that I'm cutting off. And he's on skis. So I don't think I'm going to be able to keep his ski pole though, but I'll cut right here beside him and go ahead and trying to think if I want, what I could do is, let me see something here. What would be fun is, let's see, I have some smaller pieces of this envelope too. Let me grab those from the other day, like this right here. So what I could do, we're just figuring this out as we go along a little bit, because this is just kind of a craft with me. Let's make some ephemera. Let's use some children's book pages and see what we can make with them. So I'm cutting the blank pieces off of here and just keeping the text off this piece that we cut off for the envelopes. So there we go, we have that all text. So I want to glue this down here. There's a rough edge here. Let me get that a little bit evened out there. Let's see what we can do with this. So first I would say, let's put some text on here so we can use up some of this. I've been doing that lately. Even in this craft, you can use up your scraps as you go along as much as possible. And let's see, scissors, a little scissors here, a big scissors here somewhere. So now I'm going to glue this down here. See, I want to see if I can fussy cut him and put him on top, like something like this, but I want to fussy cut him. So let's go ahead and just, I want to glue this down. This might be, I might have to use more than one piece if I want. I'm not sure how big I want this at the moment, so I'm going to glue this down and go from there. So glue this down. I want to leave some of my brown envelope showing. See how I have it showing around the edges here? I think that looks nice on this brown envelope. It would look good with any, you know, if you like the color of the card, if you use cardstock, if you like the color of it, it would look good with any cardstock, right? And then it's going to be able to be written on the back. Okay, so I think I want to, let me see how tall he is, because I think I want another piece of book page here. So can we use, do we want it going in the right direction? I think that I probably do. I would like to put it sideways like this. I really would. But I don't know if I can do that right now. I don't think I'm up for that. I don't know why. It just doesn't look good. I mean, so usually I don't care if things are going sideways, but oh, I like this picture on the back of this one too. So let me cut the picture off first and see what we have left here. Okay, let me cut this white part off. And there's what we have left. Let's see how much this covers. See, we can do it just like this. I need to cut off a little bit more. I'm trying to keep that title, but I don't know. Not, of course, I can't keep the whole thing, but yeah, that would be probably perfect right there. I want it to go right up against this, and then have some space around it. So let me get this. I need to get this just right here on the side so it matches the size. Hopefully I can do that. So I'm going to fold this over, try to match that, and cut that piece off. So hopefully let me try it one more time. This side is matching and this side is matching. Yes, okay. Better to do it twice than to cut it and then you just like wasted your whole paper, right, and your time. All right, yep, I think that's good. Okay, so I've got like 2 minutes here. So let me glue this down real quick. Man, the time just goes so fast. But I'll tell you what I'm doing. Really quick, I am gluing this down. You can see how it is. I'm going to fussy cut him out as much as possible and glue him on there, and then make him into a tag. Cut the corners off, put a hole, put some kind of string up here, and that will be a tag. But my time is up. I'm going to be cut off, so I'm going to let you go, and I'll be back next with another session of ephemera, I'm sure. So everyone have a great weekend. I'll see you next time. Happy crafting.